Khloé Kardashian opens up about draining reunion with ex-husband Lamar Odom on the Kardashians. In a deeply emotional and highly anticipated moment on Season 6 of The Kardashians, Khloé Kardashian reunited with her ex-husband, Lamar Odom, for the first time in nearly a decade. The reunion, which aired during the premiere episode, was raw, intense, and incredibly personal, not just for Khloé and Lamar, but for viewers who had witnessed their roller coaster love story unfold over the years. This wasn't a publicized event. In fact, Khloé arranged to meet Lamar privately at her longtime best friend Malika Hack's home. She kept it a secret from her family, unsure of how they would react or whether they would even understand why she needed to do it. The motive, as she explained, was closure. Not a second chance, not a rekindling of the past, but a clean and quiet emotional release from one of the most painful chapters in her life. A love story marked by pain. Khloé and Lamar's relationship began with whirlwind romance and fairy tale charm. The couple married in 2009, just 1 month after meeting. Their chemistry was magnetic, and they quickly became one of reality TV's most watched couples, even starring in their own spin-off, Khloé and Lamar. But behind the scenes, things were spiraling. Lamar's struggles with addiction, infidelity, and mental health took a toll on their marriage and ultimately led to Khloé filing for divorce in 2013. Though their marriage was legally dissolved in 2016, Khloé had never faced Lamar in a real, vulnerable conversation since then. She remained supportive during his 2015 overdose and recovery, even putting her divorce on hold to make medical decisions for him. But that compassion came at a cost to her own healing. As she shared in the new episode, she carried the trauma of trying to love someone through their darkest moments, only to lose herself in the process. The reunion, a step toward closure. The moment Lamar walked in, the energy in the room shifted. Dressed casually and visibly nervous, Lamar arrived late and immediately seemed unsettled. Khloé, ever composed but clearly bracing herself, greeted him with a distant but respectful demeanor. On the table between them were the items she had held onto all these years, his belongings that had remained boxed up, untouched. It was her final gesture of respect, but also a symbolic way of saying goodbye. She didn't want to sit down and rehash the past. She didn't want apologies or explanations. She simply wanted to return what was his and close the door quietly. But Lamar, emotional and sentimental, wasn't ready to let it be so clinical. "You're still my wife," he told her. "You are the best thing that ever happened to me." Khloé, unmoved by the sentiment, responded with honesty and restraint. "I'm not your wife anymore, Lamar," she said softly. "That chapter is closed." She later admitted in a confessional that hearing those words from him made her realize just how far apart they'd grown. "For years, this was the love of my life. But that person doesn't exist anymore. I had to learn how to unlove him, and that's like a death." Why it was so draining. Though Khloé remained composed during the conversation, she described the experience as emotionally draining in her confessional afterward. "I didn't expect it to feel this heavy," she said. "I thought I'd be relieved. But instead, it was like opening a wound that had scabbed over." What made it harder, she explained, was Lamar's longing and nostalgia for a relationship that she had spent years trying to let go of. "It's like he's still stuck in the past, and I've been doing everything I can to move forward." She also confessed that part of the emotional exhaustion came from seeing him healthier and more aware, but still not truly understanding the depth of pain he caused. "I needed him to be okay," she said. "But now that he is, I don't know how to let that comfort me." Mixed reactions from the family. While the reunion was private, Khloé later revealed it to her sisters and mother. Kendall Jenner, in particular, expressed mixed feelings about how Khloé handled it. She acknowledged Khloé's trauma, but suggested she might have shown more compassion in the moment. "Sometimes people need to feel like they're forgiven," Kendall told her. "Even if you're not going to be close again, letting them feel seen matters." Khloé didn't dismiss her sister's thoughts, but remained firm in her boundaries. "I can forgive Lamar without giving him a piece of me," she said. "I gave him everything once, and I nearly lost myself." Lamar's side of the story. During the episode, Lamar also shared his thoughts, describing Khloé as his angel and the person who never gave up on him when everyone else had. He admitted that his addiction destroyed their marriage and that he spent years carrying regret over how he treated her. "I love her," he said. "I probably always will. I know she doesn't feel the same. But she deserves to know that she mattered to me, even when I didn't show it." Lamar's vulnerability was palpable, and his fans praised his honesty. Still, some viewers felt the reunion was uncomfortable to watch, too personal, too raw, too unresolved. Viewer reactions. The episode stirred a wave of emotional responses from fans. Some applauded Khloé for her strength, recognizing the bravery it takes to face a past so painful. Others criticized the show for potentially exploiting the situation for ratings. A few fans voiced sympathy for Lamar, believing he was genuine and still grieving the life he once had with Khloé. But most agreed on one thing: the moment was deeply real. No future contact. Since the reunion aired, reports surfaced that Khloé has not maintained contact with Lamar, despite his continued efforts to reach out. Sources claim he has messaged her multiple times since the episode, but Khloé has chosen not to respond. She said what she needed to say, one insider shared. She gave him closure, but she doesn't owe him more than that. Final thoughts. Khloé Kardashian's reunion with Lamar Odom wasn't about love. It was about letting go. It was about facing the person who once held her heart and realizing that love isn't always enough. It was about reclaiming her peace, her voice, and her right to walk away from the pain of the past. For Lamar, it may have been a heartbreaking reminder of what he lost. For Khloé, it was a powerful act of closure, one that took courage, vulnerability, and emotional strength. Sometimes, the most loving thing we can do is say goodbye. And for Khloé Kardashian, that goodbye was years in the making.